What kind of man sells his pregnant wife like cattle? In a forgotten western town where hearts were as dry as the dust, a lonely cowboy witnessed something so cruel it shook him to his core. But what he did next not only saved a life, it unearthed a miracle he never expected. This isn't just a story of rescue. It's a story of redemption, healing, and the kind of love that only grows from pain. The sun was bleeding into the horizon, setting fire to the sky above the parched land of Dry Creek. Cowboys gathered around a wooden platform, some curious, others cold. A barefoot woman stood silently, her belly swollen with child. Her dress was torn, eyes hollow. Her husband, a drunk with cruel eyes, stepped forward, shouting, "She ain't mine anymore! Whoever gives me $20 can take her!" The crowd chuckled. No one moved. Then from the shadows, a cowboy stepped forward, tall, rugged, and worn by years of silence. He was called Eli, a man known for talking to horses more than humans. With no family, no home, just a saddle and sorrow. He looked at the woman, then reached into his satchel, pulling out every last coin he had. "I'll take her," he said, voice low but firm. The crowd laughed again, but this time nervously. The woman didn't look up. She didn't thank him. She simply stepped down from the platform and followed him like a ghost. Eli didn't ask her name. She didn't offer it. For miles, they rode in silence. At nightfall, they camped near a stream. He made her soup. She ate slowly, eyes fixed on the fire. Finally, she whispered, "His name was Jacob. He wasn't always cruel, but when the drought came, he changed." Eli didn't respond. Instead, he quietly placed his coat over her shoulders. That night, the wind carried only the sounds of the desert and the soft weeping of a woman learning to breathe again. They arrived at a tiny log cabin nestled between forgotten pines, Eli's only home. No one had been there in years. It was dusty, silent, like his heart. She introduced herself the next morning. "My name's Clara." He nodded. Over the weeks, she cleaned the place, cooked simple meals, planted flowers near the steps. The silence turned from cold to warm. Eli found himself waiting for her hums, smiling at the way she talked to her unborn child as if it could already hear. And one morning, while fixing the fence, he heard it. Laughter. Clara's. Light and full. Eli stood still. That sound was a miracle in itself. One night, a storm ripped through the valley. The rain was violent. Clara clutched her belly, crying out. "It's time!" Eli panicked. He'd never delivered a child before. But he boiled water, tore cloth, and held her hand as she screamed into the night. Hours passed. Then, silence followed by the sharp, perfect cry of new life. "It's a girl," Clara whispered, exhausted. Eli looked at the baby and felt something crack open inside. A warmth he hadn't known in years, a need to protect, to stay, to believe again. He held the child close. "You're not alone anymore," he whispered. Months later, as spring brought color to the valley, a shadow returned. Jacob, drunk, angry, and full of regret. "She's my wife. That baby's mine." Eli stepped forward, hand on his holster. "You sold them. You lost that right." Jacob lunged, but Eli didn't shoot. He didn't need to. Clara stood behind him, not with fear, but with fire in her eyes. "I choose to stay. I choose him." Jacob froze, and for the first time saw what he'd never deserved. He turned and walked away. Time passed. Clara and Eli raised the girl together. She called him Pa by her 3rd birthday. The cabin bloomed with life. Flowers, laughter, stories, Eli. Never married Clara. But their bond went deeper than vows. They built something sacred from broken pieces. One evening, sitting on the porch, Eli whispered, "I thought I was rescuing you that day, but you saved me too." Clara smiled. "Maybe we saved each other. Sometimes the most broken people are the ones who become someone else's miracle." Clara wasn't just a woman left behind. She was the light Eli never knew he needed. And Eli wasn't just a cowboy. He was proof that quiet hearts can still carry great love. We never know who we're saving when we choose kindness. Sometimes, it's ourselves. If this story moved you, share it with someone who believes in second chances. Because even in the harshest deserts, compassion can bloom. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more powerful true stories that restore your faith in humanity. Until next time, remember, one kind act can change a life forever.